So this is what you call the millennial combination. What you're looking at is the infamous bottle of Tide and my Bounce. So, call me a millennial, but I was a Tide advocate for a long time, as you know from the Hoard. If you watched my previous video, you know how disappointed I was when I purchased Tide for the first time in a couple years and proceeded to get, and I can even smell it, what I believe is not the same as it used to be. And for how ridiculously expensive Tide is, you know, and for how loyal I was, you would think it would be better, but no. Now, the Bounce sheets, I ripped the thing off because it annoys me, but dryer sheets I like because they make your clothes not stick together. I do like Bounce. They smell good. This is the Outdoor Fresh. I'm not dead set on Bounce. Like, you know, other dryer sheets will do the same, whatever. But honestly, after how disappointed I was in Tide, I don't really want to buy Bounce or Gain either because that's Procter Gamble and they, you know, it just pisses me off. But this bottle's about half full still, and I decided instead of buying another one and trying it out, I'm going to use this bottle and I'm going to be done with Tide for another, you know, little bit. I used different budget detergent in between the last Hoard and buying this for like a year, and it was fine. It's like, whatever, spend money and get good detergent, but when it's not that good, what do? Bounce, on the other hand, it smells good, but honestly, is it worth the price? I wouldn't say as much as Tide used to be. So you could get away with using store brand dryer sheets. It does not make a difference. So let me show you what I did to fix this. Now that is more like it. Extra is made by Church & Dwight, the same company that makes Arm & Hammer, and it is a budget detergent. It is... Let me tell you what I think of Extra. What I think of Extra is it is a detergent that cleans about 90% as well as Tide does, and is about, I don't know, 30% of the price, 35%, it's under half. This whole container and that little bottle of Tide, actually, now that I think about it, this is embarrassing. That little bottle of Tide was more than this whole thing. Now, I don't normally like the pumps, but the thing was, I discovered that Menards carries Extra. These are both from Menards. Now, unfortunately, these are the only versions of Extra. I think they make like 8 versions of Extra, but whatever. You know, so I don't care for the pump, but I figured for $9, I mean, how can you go wrong with that? Big old bottle of Extra and this version. They make, like I said, they used to make other versions. They used to have different colors. They've slimmed down a little bit. That said, I remember when you could get Extra that was green and turquoise and dark green and light green and dark blue and red and orange. And they used to have all the colorful bottles. They don't anymore. It's all blue and purple. But so I got these from Menards, and I'm like, all right, cool. These will last me a while. But then I had to go overboard. Yeah, I went overboard. So I'm going to move the Purex out of the way. So Arm & Hammer is a really, really good brand. I have nothing bad to say about it. It's cheap. It's actually made by the same people that makes Extra, and it's very similar. Because Menards only had some of the Extra, but they had the Arm & Hammer, I said, let's get some Arm & Hammer too. So I've got 4 different kinds of Arm & Hammer. Oxy, that one, different Oxy, and this one, which is marketed as sensitive skin. Not free and clear, but it's sensitive skin. And of course, I figured why stop at 6? Purex, although I don't know that it's as good as Arm & Hammer, I think it's almost on par. I decided to grab 2 from there. Why not? Now, I will tell you, these 2 Purex and this Arm & Hammer Sensitive Skin came from Walmart, but the rest of those are from Menards. And I can tell you that this is 8 bottles. My Tide Hoard was 12, and I spent, I don't know, I want to say about 30% as much, and I got way more detergent. These are way bigger bottles than the Tide was. But because this is only half, I decided, let's mess with some dryer sheets. Not as overboard because these things will last you forever. But at Menards, I grabbed a box of Arm & Hammer, 2 boxes of Snuggle because Snuggle is good. This one's like super fresh and this one's just regular. And then from Walmart, 2 of their store brand ones because why not? They're cheap. So these will last forever. I mean, forever these things will last. So, yeah, I've hoarded 2.0, but cheaper, more valuable, whatever. The funny thing is that all of these actually are marketed as different load amounts, which is kind of funny to me. They expect you to use more, I don't know. That said, I'm going to end the video, but I do want to show you one other thing. I always, when I go to buy my shampoo and bar soap, I always buy like 6 or 7 packs of those at once because I like to buy a bunch of stuff and then, like this, I like to buy a bunch of stuff and then not have to touch it forever. So I'll show you that. Like I said, I always like to buy bar soap and shampoo a bunch at once and then go through it. I am not brand loyal at all when it comes to either any of these. Really, no home products. I am not loyal to like really any like home products, dish, whatever. I'm not loyal, and as you can tell by the detergent, clearly not loyal to Tide anymore either because they piss me off. Just as an example of bar soaps, my God, Irish Spring, obviously, Dove, Zest. Coast, I love. Dove, white label Dove is good. Freaking God, I literally name a bar soap brand. Dial, name a bar soap brand. I've probably used it. I don't think I've ever used Ivory, but pretty much everything else I buy through. I buy whatever jumps out at me. So got these 3. This stuff smells great, by the way. These all came from Menards. 4 shampoos. I'm a pretty big Suave guy. I like the cheap, colorful Suaves. But I got one nicer Suave, and then Prel, which is the good old Prel. God, I've used every shampoo, but the more expensive stuff, like the Herbal Essence and the, pardon my French, but the Garnier Fructis, honestly, this stuff gets the job done, and this is $1 at Menards, so yeah. These came from Walmart. These were from Menards. So yeah, yay Menards. If you're not in the Midwest, I'm sorry, but so yeah, I just want to throw this into the end, but yeah, that is the detergent hoard of 2025. I'm not going to do updates, but I'm going to estimate, I don't know. Those bottles might last me 2 years. I don't know, but it's about the 3-year anniversary of when I did the OG. So that's it. Thank you all for watching. Like, subscribe, check out Isaac24.com. Peace.